Hey y'all, it's Monday after a relatively nice weekend. I'm actually sitting in a rainy, gray environment. Um, so I don't have a lot of banter today. I guess I'll just warm up on that. So here we have durable goods orders today. The forecast is down 0.3%. That'd be a good indication that things are slowing down a little bit, which I guess there's going to be two schools about. One is recession. One is fighting inflation. I don't think anybody's going to be happy with anything. Um, so the recession camp is going to come out and probably weigh on the market a little bit, um, psychology-wise, as far as psychology goes. But I don't know. I'm hoping the two counter each other out, and we just get into some doldrums and get to enjoy the summer without having to sit in front of the computer trading. Because when the sun shines, got to make hay while the sun shines. Is that the cliche? Then not a whole lot going on. Wednesday we got Powell talking at 9 o'clock. Just probably reiterating on the economy. No big deal. Personal income and everything. On Thursday, initial jobless claims is obviously in focus. Then Friday we look at ISM manufacturing. So now the debate is going to start whether Powell's doing the right thing or not, as far as interest rates go, and if he's going to send us into a recession. And even if we go into a recession, it doesn't have to be a deep recession. I mean, companies sit back a little bit on their profits. No big deal. And then we come out. So everybody hears the words recession and they think doom and gloom and maybe think back to 2007, but not the case. It could be very simple and unnoticed. And as long as people keep working, that's cool. So that's what I wanted to see. Although, like I said, I think I was talking about it Friday. I'm seeing a lot of job rescinding. I'm seeing just people backing off, shutting down their programs. What's unusual is that agreements are being rescinded or offers are being rescinded, and that's kind of a new phenomenon. After such an aggressive move, so I see nothing here. Um, Crypto hedge fund belly up. Yep. Well, as Buffett says, when the tide goes out, you get to see who's swimming without a bathing suit. Um, Russia's neighbors near NATO's defense plans are not fit for purpose, and they could be overrun. Yeah, well, this is people just stirring the pot right there. So really nothing major in the news. So I'm not going to focus on it. Let's take a quick look. Actually, let's look at interest rates. And it looks, yeah, I'm looking for a double top. I mean, I'm not really calling that a top. I'm not calling that a top. I'm looking for a double top. I'm thinking interest rates come back up to 32 or 3.273. And this is the 10-year I'm looking at. The index on the 10-year, and then started to decline again. And I'm saying 27, and then maybe, well, yeah, I guess that 27 mark is not a bad lower number. The 25, 24s are a target, but I think they're going to grind their way back down there. I bet we settled down right around here. Well, 27, yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking we settle down. We might go down low and then come back up, and we settle right around in the 2.7 range on interest rates. That's what I'm figuring. That's what I'm figuring. So, yeah, keep an eye on that. If that transpires, it'll give you an opportunity to get back into TBT. And I don't think we're heading right to the Fed goal 1, 2, 3 or overnight. My expectation is that we're going to do a slow grind to their target, while balancing the economy. I kind of have a lot of confidence in Powell. I really think that that he's going to do well. He's going to pull this off, and he's going to manage the economy well. I think he's on point and he's sharp. Whenever anything goes wrong, people are slinging mud because that sells articles. That gets everybody attention. So you got to just wean out the noise. VIX is below 30, which is nice. Let's look at it on the daily. Yeah, I think we're coming down to about 25 on it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just the hopeless optimist, the hopeful optimist, or um, I believe I'm kind of feeling like things are over, or like the drama is over. We may go up and we may go down. I just want to see those 100-point days fade out of the market. I just want to see nice orderly trading. So anyway, on the VIX, just watch this trend line. If it breaks that, then this trend line is the target. That's pretty aggressive. I like this trend line. I have my moving average at 25.39, and I believe that's my 15-day, and it's coinciding with that trend line right there. That's usually a pretty strong target when I get trend lines and moving averages to coincide. So we could keep an eye on that, and it'll give us a feel for the volatility in the market and the fear index. And BTC, actually, did I change it? Yeah, I've been clocking the BTC to the dollar in the currency in the FX. Yeah, I don't see any real reversal. I mean, we could call this a divergence. We have this low here, and you see the energy in it, and we push down, made another low, and the energy's fading out. And I'm just going to watch that. I'm going to try to see if I can find a good head and shoulders pattern on daily, and then that's probably where I'll make my move. I think that's where a good indication that all the fear is out of this, because now they're just pumping the psychological fear on this. But look, it's coming into a good price. You can see all the meme shit. Yeah. Let me put a retest in on this. You can see. I mean, this is the meme action right here. This is all this is the new currency. I guess right around here is America's over and everybody's going to be trading Bitcoin. And this move up is Bitcoin is the new gold. Over here is you could escape all governments, and then this is the logic or the rational trading. Let me just get more data up on that. Take another look. I was going to do a shorty today, but I guess this is oh, this is back 20 years, huh? See, just goes to show you there's not even that much data on the fucking thing. I bet no quants are involved with this at this point yet. Yeah, this is the price, baby. This is where it should be. Yeah, you know what, really? I'd like to see it come down into the 17s, barring any fundamental catastrophes. I think that's going to be fair value on it. So I'm going to keep an eye on it and look for a good entry level. But yeah, I think I'd like to see it come into the 17s. I might sit back until I see that 17 mark. I mean, I'll reevaluate it every day, but that's what I'll look at. And actually looking at Ethereum too. And I mean, the trading pattern's relatively the same. Do I have that much data on this thing? 10 years back on the daily. Yeah, this is just younger. I think I'll be looking at this around the 8 and 6 mark. And my heart goes out to all the masters of the universe that got involved right here. You have to love the arrogance, man. It's all part of the industry. So what were we going through? Did we look at SPX yet? No, we looked at the interest rates. I'm not looking at those bozo game stocks. All right, so let's look at SPX and see what's going on the daily. Really, you know what? Let's jump over to the futures because it just gives me a better read. And I like that 240 chart. It gives me a feel. So yeah, you know what? This is just moving. I don't know. Maybe last week you might have seen I had one of my trend lines in. Actually, I had it in over here, and started trading on that break, and did well. You know, I mean, I forced it, but I kind of looked at this as a head and shoulders pattern. It kind of gave me a good indication that this thing was going to turn around, and here's the momentum pushing up on it. So, I mean, yeah, you know, obviously hindsight's 2020, but when I saw this position, you know, calling this the head right here at the shoulder, I was kind of watching for a retest on that. When I saw that, that kind of clued me in to take the picture. I saw this right here, anticipated it being a flag, and I didn't get in on the low here, but I took this break, and that's making money. I closed it out Friday. But I'm not going to chase it at this point. I'm going to let it keep moving up, do what it's got to do, look for another pattern, see how it addresses this. It might be the turnaround. And if you look, I mean, you know, since the beginning of the month, this is the first time we're making a higher high. I mean, even right here, we just, you know, tapped it, and that's still a lower low. This is the first higher high we're making. You know, that's the first break of the high right there. There's the higher high. Let's see, you know, if we put in a higher low. I mean, obviously this right here is an uptrend, but the overall, that's the first. And we could look for a cup and handle too on this. You know, that's a nice rounding swoop. This should trade down a little bit and then pop back up. It's slightly encouraging, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look. Wrong image. What's going on? Let's see what a weekly looks like. I don't know, weekly flag. That's what we need, man. I mean, we haven't had a higher high week since January. You know, they're like, are we in a bear market? Well, we've been coming down since January. Fucking Biden. You know, and I know a lot of people say, what did he do? It's what he didn't do. This guy didn't take action fast enough, man. He should have cleared those fucking docks when we had that supply chain issue. Fucking guy just sits on his ass. I don't even think he knows what's going on. I mean, this guy's such a clown. He's like disconnected. Yeah, boy. I think we're on our way to that 4,200 mark. I would like to see that. See over here, yeah, you know what? That looks like a good one because you know I would like to see a weekly head and shoulders, right? So we would have to grind up to around that 4,200. We might stay a little lower than that, and then come down, test this 3,800 again, and then maybe make the march up, the move up. I don't know. The charts are starting to look a little more encouraging to me. And this is a monthly. Get a good push up and put in another hammer on the monthly. But, I mean, that's an indecisive doji. I don't see a lot of hammers on the monthly. Here's a hammer on the monthly, and we just went into a consolidation. I mean, I guess we could argue this was a hammer, and then we went and got like the spinning top right here, and well, we still have time left to this month. We'll see what that monthly. All right. So anyway, I'm hanging out babbling with you. I'm just sharing my thoughts. This way, you just see how I look at charts and you know what they're kind of telling me. There's really nothing that's screaming at me, nothing making me excited. I'm starting to see some things encouraging. I think we talked about this on, if it's on this chart even. Yeah, I don't even see where I have it in here. Oh yeah, okay. It's these dashed lines right here, and I think I can see it on the daily also. All right, so yeah, it's kind of hard to see because I have so much shit going on. But you could see this turquoise dash line right here, and if you follow it, that's kind of a trend extending out, and really, it's before the the debacle, right? So here's like an average trading or kind of a center that we keep gravitating around before the lockdowns, right? And this was just our consistent trend up, our grind up, which was a very comfortable grind, and the economy was keeping up. Everything was working in sync, and it actually was going on since 2016, which was funny because the Democrats used as part of their argument that Trump was going to destroy the economy, and it actually grind nicely after he jumped in. Not a big Trumpy man, but it's just the bullshit. I like to point out the bullshit that he's being fed all the time. So anyway, here's I'm pointing at it, thinking you can see it. This is the lockdown. Boom, and the economy was resilient, and that was a nice correction. That was all emotion, fear, and then it ripped right back, and you can see it consolidated. Right around this lower trend line, and then it ripped right back, and you could see that it respected the middle line, that average line that we kept grinding around, right? It respect there and came back and consolidated. And really, I mean, it should have just kept banging around this line and keeping on this trend. But this is the hype. This is where everybody's on lockdown. They're all at home. We got every putz with ears in the market. Who got their free check. Everybody who's in their mid to early 20s that knows better than everybody else and got into the meme stocks and all of that shit. And the professionals took advantage of that, man. And boom, they just did this exuberance right here. And really, all that's going on now is the chickens are coming home to roost. I'm fairly confident. Maybe pros could get a little more emotion into the market with the talking heads on the news and a lot of the statements and get the fear going. And one guy, Ackerman, is like excellent for that. Ackerman will come out, and if he's screaming, like he was screaming, lock it down, shut it all down during the pandemic. That motherfucker was short like 2 weeks before that interview. He went short crazy. And he went out and started crying, and oh my god, and started a panic, and boom, the guy made a fortune. And when everybody was selling, that motherfucker was buying. And so they may have a goal for this lower trend line, and that might be possible. And it's funny I say they, I sound like it's conspiracist, but the reality is that people know how to move the market, and they could afford to gamble on that. You know what I'm saying? They kind of hedge out their bets and um, and try to initiate it. And once they see it moving, then they get aggressive on it. And so anyway, there could be a little fear factor to bring us back down to this 43, 44, 43. And I see that 33.10, not a bad target, so everybody keep that in mind and look for it. Nothing's changed on this. Right here we have the daily, and if we consolidate it like this and take a good look, we see this high here, this low, this high here, this low, this high here, this low. A little consolidation here, but here's a new low. So we'll probably put in a new high, but a lower high here. What we need to see is a lower low and then a break to a lower high. So, and this is the head and shoulders I'm looking for right there to see if we get that turnaround. We could break to a new low down here, hit my targets, and then turn around and reverse. And I'm kind of set up everything. You can see that very thick black red line right there, and that's kind of my bottom range that I'm kind of looking at right now, anticipating and being prepared for. If it heads down there, I'm making money. Doesn't head down there, I'm making money. So that's what I'm looking at these days, man. Anyway, so you know what? I'm gonna wrap it up right here, and you guys be calm and cool. Watch your downside. Be at peace when you trade. Subscribe. Hit the bell. Hit the like. I appreciate that. Any comments? I appreciate any comments, any suggestions, any direction. I know everybody's got their life. Tommy, thanks for checking in from time to time. I appreciate all your support. And let me know what I could do just to improve these morning market meetings, or if you want to share the direction you want to see the channel going, keeping in mind that I am an individual with a life and it's got to be worth my while too. So especially during the summer, hanging out in the mountains, I'm doing a lot of outside stuff. So all right, what more could I say, man? I'll talk to you guys soon. I think I'm even going to put some clickbait on this one. I like putting clickbait on the long ones. I'll catch you later.